Well, I'm sitting down today with museum curator Lisa Sweezy, who says Vent Haven has something for everyone.
Thank you so much for having me today,
Thank you
Katie. I
for
appreciate
being
it.
here. And thank you for having us.
Absolutely. I am delighted that you're here today. And you're right. Vent Haven really is something that anyone can enjoy. It is a massive collection, and the pieces span decades. So yeah, it doesn't matter if someone is 80 or 100 or 10 years old. They can find something here that will tie right into their experience.
I love the idea of this. It's something so different. It is the only ventriloquism museum in the world.
That's right.
And it's right here.
That's
just
right.
outside of Cincinnati.
That's right. There are many people who have substantial private collections that they enjoy, but yes, Vent Haven is the only public space where people can come and learn about the entire history arc of the art of ventriloquism.
And can we talk about the history of the museum just a little bit, and maybe the history of ventriloquism as well?
Sure. The Vent Haven Museum was started as a personal collection by a man named W.S. Berger. His full name was William Shakespeare Berger. His dad was an actor, and so he grew up around the vaudeville performers. So he would have been very familiar with ventriloquism just right from a young age.
Yeah.
He started collecting ventriloquism dummies and other ephemera. Got his first dummy in 1910, but got serious about his collecting in 1932, and then did 40 years where it was basically a second career for him. He was searching the globe for anything and everything having to do with ventriloquism.
How neat.
Dummies, playbills, posters, scripts, recordings, books, you name it, he wanted it. And so when he passed away in 1972, he left behind this wonderful 501c3 museum that was dedicated exclusively to the art of ventriloquism.
And it really is, you know, I read somewhere, it was something you said, was when people walk in, they're just not really sure. You have an idea in your head of what you're going to get, but you walk in and you truly are, I mean, I was. There's a room, a specific room where you're almost taken aback in a good way.
Right. Just speaking from personal experience, the first time I came to Vent Haven, it was in 1999, and I had no frame of reference as to what to expect. And I just kind of expected maybe, you know, a dozen dolls or something in cabinets. Like I didn't really know what
Podiums with little,
right. And so, you know, for people to realize that it's almost 1,200 dummies and puppets, it's just way more, I think, than people think it's going to be.
Yeah.
So it is kind of a slow burn here. We don't throw them all in a room with all at once.
That might be a bit.
That would be a lot. But yeah, it's a massive collection. I think that's one of the things that people are most surprised about.
Yeah. It's great, too, for people who maybe are looking for something different when bringing family out of town to check it out. Of course, you do recommend children 10 and over, just because it's not necessarily a touching museum. Most museums aren't.
That's right. That's right. We do have a few hands-on pieces, but for the most part, it's a history museum.
Yeah.
And so the pieces are the genuine artifacts, and we can't allow people to handle those.
Okay. And the hands-on pieces, you said you have one that I can see?
I do. Okay. I have got 3 soft puppets for you, and then I've got a traditional ventriloquism dummy that you can handle as well.
I would love to, and I have to ask, are there any Katies here?
There are. Yay, Katie, yes. I mean, people, you know, that's funny because a lot of tourists will ask me that about their name too. So yes, we have 2 pieces named Katie. Okay. We have this one that's behind us that was used by Darcy Lynn, the little girl that won America's Got Talent. I think she won that about 7 years ago. Okay. And then we have a real cool little kangaroo named Katie that was used on the Ed Sullivan Show by an Australian ventriloquist named Clifford Guest.
It's amazing that you know it all. You know a little bit about every single one of them, maybe a lot.
I try to know a little bit about everything, but you know, sometimes it's a reach. But it's the collection's grown quite a bit since I've been involved, and so as the pieces have come in, I've tried to familiarize myself with those as well.
And we're hoping to get an Abby. Abby, we're going to get you one one day.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I'm drawing a blank on having one right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone calls me up and says, you know, we have an Abby.
So I want to make sure people know where you're located, how to get here, tickets, days you're open, and they can schedule tours.
Sure. Well, I'm the only employee of the museum, so I give the majority of the tours. My husband helps me out as well. It's all by prior scheduled appointments. Okay. People can go to the website, which is venthaven.org, and there's a button there to click that says schedule a visit, and they can see the entire calendar of availability, purchase tickets online. They can also call me or email me if they, you know, if they don't want to do it that way. But in general, I give tours, 10 tours a week, closed on Mondays and Thursdays, and then the other days of the week I give tours at 10:30 and 1 o'clock usually.
Okay.
If nothing else is going on, they'll see the ticket availability on the website.